It's another Sunday. It's another
Nonsense Rumble!
I absolutely adore Rick's Nonsense Rumble intro because I'm listening via Discord and he goes so loud with it, it blows out Discord's thing, so I just hear silence for a moment. Yeah, this is the Nonsense Rumble. For those unfamiliar, we pick a category, we pick a character that fits with the category, and we argue why our character would win a conflict. With that in mind, what's our category today, Rick?
Pirates.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I went mostly fictional.
Oh, yeah, like I went with fictional pirates? Yeah, fictional pirates for both of mine.
Yeah, I heavily suspect we're going to hear some One Piece bullshit. So with that in mind, who have you picked for your honourable mention?
My honourable mention is the One Piece bullshit. It's Shanks. I think he's possibly the most powerful character who's still alive in the current One Piece cosmology, but I've only watched a little bit of it, so I don't know his full potential, and I didn't feel as confident talking about him at all, so I picked someone else for my main pick. Who's your honourable mention?
I don't know anything about One Piece. You're going to have to explain his character more than not at all.
Oh, he's the mentor of Luffy, and he's got a thing called Haki, which is like Dragon Ball Z Ki, and yeah, he can just succeed at things because he's bullshit.
So he's Luffy's mentor, but he's still alive. That's very unusual for a shonen.
Oh yeah, he lost his arm.
Who gives a fuck in fucking One Piece land?
Yeah, he lost an arm, and Luffy feels responsible, and then he gives Luffy the hat because the hat was his, and then he leaves to go and be a pirate, and Luffy's like, oh yeah, pirates are cool, and then he grows up and becomes a pirate himself.
Fair enough.
But yes, who's your honourable mention?
My honourable mention is one Edward Teach from Black Sails, specifically because I was 95% sure you'd pick an anime person for your character, and Edward Teach is just a really tough fucking dude in that show, but he's just a dude.
Yeah.
It's much like how because we're having an actual fight between characters as opposed to a strategical conflict between a series of ships, which is what our last naval-themed battle was. I was like, I don't think this guy would win against any One Piece character, for example, because it's one pirate anime I know. Yeah,
it doesn't win against anime bullshit. Well, weirdly, I discarded my more powerful fighter in favour of something a bit more grounded.
Fair enough. I still suspect that whoever you've picked is probably tougher than this guy. Who, again, he's a badass. He is basically the Edward Teach myth turned up to 11. He has multiple guns strapped to his chest. He's a competent fighter. He's a tough bastard. His death scene is harrowing because he's keyholed, and he's keyholed like 10 times. And he's the whole reason why they do it 10 times is because the guy doing it is like, we're going to do this to every single member of the crew, and because he's still alive after the 10th time, and he's all fucked up. All of the crew that are doing the keyholing just get demotivated, and they just put Blackbeard Edward Teach out of his misery, and they just put the rest of the fucking crew in the hold because they don't have the stomach for it anymore. It's fucking badass. Yeah. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That being said, who's your actual pick for pirate?
My actual pick is the Pirates of the Caribbean incarnation of Davy Jones.
You're fucked.
Yep.
Here's the thing, as I was so convinced you were going to pick an anime level bullshit person that I picked an anime level bullshit person.
Yeah, fair enough.
Not even to beat you, just to make the battle more interesting, because it would at least be on level ground.
Yeah, this is one where I shied away from anime bullshit because I've actually seen everything that there is to see about Pirates of the Caribbean, pretty much. And yeah, Davy Jones only shows up for 2 movies, but he's the only villain to show up for 2 movies. Because when Barbossa shows up again, he's basically just he's a scamp.
Yeah, but here's the thing, is the only reason he shows up for 2 movies is because of a technical reason, and that technical reason is they filmed both those movies at the same time.
Oh yeah, they wanted to make 2 movies worth of tickets out of it. Yeah, if it was any other franchise, they'd just make a 3-hour movie, edit it down, and just release it as one. But yeah, they just wanted more money, so they released it over 2 years. To get 2 lots of tickets worth of money out of people.
Oh, I don't know. I think the 3rd movie warranted its own film.
Yeah, fair enough.
It was a spectacle, at least.
Yeah. And yes, he is a credible threat in his movies, partly because of his ship, but mostly because of the dread that his legend inspires.
I absolutely agree with you. I will, however, insist on a caveat for this fight, and that caveat being that his heart has to be within a killable location.
Sure. Yeah. Fair enough.
Because otherwise, let's just say he's a bit bent.
Yeah, he's a bit bent without being killable.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't have to be killed. He only has to be beaten.
That's true, but it's Davy Jones. He doesn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't get
beaten.
give
up.
He
doesn't give up.
Like,
even when he's beaten, he don't give up.
Yeah, like unless you kill him, he will keep fighting, which is admirable in a sense, but annoying for the sake of these questions.
Yeah. So yes, who's going to be your pick for today?
My pick is Francis Drake from Fate Go.
Yeah, right.
So you might have seen Francis Drake. It's one of the few anime figures I've got. She's a big titty pirate lady. Depending on who you ask, historically, Francis Drake may or may not be a pirate, but like I'm willing to give him the title.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
And the Francis Drake in Fate Go certainly is a pirate. She's got big tits, she's got pink hair, she's got a cool scar, she gives off big ara energy while drinking rum. Her guns fire laser beams from space.
Yeah, not even from the gun.
Well, they come from the gun, but like they are space laser beams because it's anime. But she's basically firing kamehamehas from her guns. I don't think Davy Jones stands a chance in one-on-one combat and a fight. And even if they started the fight as a duel between their ships, they're also fucked because her noble phantasm is her ship, and her ship has a big fuck-off version of her pistols firing a big off Death Star laser.
Yeah. Yeah, who wins between between Davy Jones's ship, which is like a submersible ironclad, versus the Death Star?
Again, this is why I feel a bit bad that you went Davy Jones, because if you picked Davy Jones and I picked Edward Teach from Black Sails, that's actually a fucking good conflict.
Yeah.
However, literally the reverse has happened.
Yes. I toned it down for something that could actually have a fight, and then you win.
Well, again, I was so confident you were going to pick an anime thing that I was like, I have to pick something that won't just instantly get one shot. And in doing that, I've effectively instantly one-shot Davy Jones.
Yes.
So here's the thing, guys, is when we plan these, there's two elements of what we do. At least when I plan my side, is I want someone who will stand a chance, but I don't want someone who will completely blow the waters.
Yeah. There's a degree of counterpicking, but there's also a degree of favoritism as well.
Yeah, it's like, I think my favourite example was like our second episode, or it might have been third, where we did Archers, because it was so fucking funny, where I was so convinced Rick would pick Legolas. I was like, I'll just pick someone who flies on a dragon. And no, you picked Hawkeye Goth, who hunts dragons for sport.
Yeah, like, famously, his one cutscene is sniping a dragon while not even looking at it.
So, you know, sometimes our counterpicking can be a bit fun like that. But at the end of the day, even though I picked Claude, realistically, there's an argument Legolas could still beat him.
Yeah.
You know, depending on who's better at talking on the day. But yeah, when you pick an anime bullshit character and they go up against a guy from a Disney movie... Guess who's winning?
Anime versus Disney.
Oh, Jesus. I think it's fair to say Francis Drake wins.
Yeah, Francis Drake wins.
We should redo this episode and reverse our picks, and I should have just picked Edward Teach, but that would require work. Join us again next week, guys, where there's absolutely no possible way we can have a blowout brawl because of our category.
Oh, yes. Next week is a weird one.
Yeah, so stay tuned, guys. We'll see you Sunday.
Bye, everybody.